Hello from Sacred Pearl Journey. Today I want to talk about inner resources, which are especially important when you experience being triggered. So, if you are being triggered in a present situation, you are actually reacting to something old. So I would differentiate between a feeling, which is something that you consciously feel in the present moment, and after feeling it, after having received the information and energy from it, by acting upon that information and energy, it just leaves your system and it's gone. Poof. However, an emotion is an unfelt feeling from the past. And that means a feeling that you didn't get the chance to feel fully, and which stayed in your system, in your emotional body, in your energetic system, quite often even in the physical body, causing pain in a specific area of your body. In some cases, even creating a chronic disease. Even that is possible. So, with the awareness of you being able to be triggered and understanding that this is actually not something that you are fully experiencing in the present moment, but you are actually reacting to something from the past, will help you so much. Because first of all, you can own it. You can say, okay, this is what's going on. Also explain it to the people who are involved. This is what's going on. I'm reacting to something from the past, possibly a wound. And then take immediate action to take care of yourself. Try not to make any decisions or speak from your emotion, from your trigger. Most of the time it won't be very constructive. Of course, there is also wisdom in what you are being triggered by. You know, like if you see just very beautiful, peaceful, neutral flowers, you won't that much likely be triggered by them. And nevertheless, you might be reacting with a level of intensity that is due to an emotion. And even though with time on your healing journey and on your transformational journey of becoming more of who you are, of maturing also emotionally as a human being, you'll develop the awareness that you're being triggered instead of the unaware state when you are being triggered and you don't know it and you try to act and speak from that place. And nevertheless, even if you have been on this journey for a long time and have done a lot of inner work, when one of your core wounds gets triggered, it can be really powerful and also very dysregulating and destabilizing, taking you into a completely different state of being. It's like, in many cases, it's also like being transferred to a different age, emotional age, when you originally experienced that core wound. And so, of course, if you are surrounded by people who also do this work, who have this awareness, you might get helpful feedback of someone reminding you of, hey, look at me, into my eyes. You are not reacting now into the actual situation, but to something from the past. Of course, if you are living together with people who are doing this work and who are trained in holding space for you, amazing. But if not, it will be even more important. And even if you are, it's always important for you to take ownership, to take care of yourself, and to resource yourself from within. And for this, it's really helpful to sit down in a calm moment, not when you have the trigger, but already before. Prepare yourself in advance and write down what are the activities and things that you can do in such a state, because it's a state of emergency. It's an alarm. It's a wound that has come to the surface to be healed, which is amazing, because it will create much more space and you will release all these stories attached to that wound and that emotion, being able to create and be present in life in such a different way. And nevertheless, in that moment, it can be very strong. And so it's really helpful if you have written down some things on a post-it, on a piece of paper. If you are creative, you can also color it and paint it and place it somewhere on a wall, like a place where you anyway often pass by naturally, so that you can see it easily when you need it. And I'll give you a couple of examples of what can be helpful in such a moment. And I'm sharing from my own experience what has helped me. And I know it from my own experience that sometimes, like especially when fear from the past, like fear as an emotion, gets triggered, it can literally take me and like kind of take over me, basically. One thing, if it's immediately available for you, is that someone holds space for your emotional healing process. Someone who's trained and knows how to do that. That is the best, because then you can feel the emotion of fear and release the energy from your system, like release the overdoses of fear that has remained in your system. And at the same time, also with a skilled spaceholder who knows how to do this work, you'll have the chance to receive wisdom from this experience from your past, something that will help you to understand yourself better, to get to know yourself better, to possibly connect with a gift of yours, or just to close a chapter. And yes, so that's one possibility. A second one is, it's like immediately touch yourself, like touch your physical body. Like, I don't know if you can see it like this. You can like squeeze your arms. Squeeze your arms. Like this way you connect with yourself. It's kind of almost like waking yourself up. Like you can squeeze your legs, your feet. Yes. And that's kind of like reconnecting with your physical body and coming back into the present moment. A second technique I usually like to apply is walking bare feet on the ground, and even better if it's possible for you to walk on grass or to put your feet on soil. This is also very grounding, and you have like the support of Gaia. Another possibility is actually to lay down on the ground with your full body and open your arms, open your legs, and just feel the connection to the ground. It's very grounding. If you are already experienced, you can of course hold also space for yourself to feel the excess of fear in that moment. And from my own experience, I can tell you it's not always easy. Yeah, that one is not always easy, especially because, yeah, there is the automatic behavior of actually trying not to feel it. So basically what happens is like this excess of fear is running in your system, activating you to behave in certain ways. And basically it's a flight system, like it's supposed to help you to protect yourself, to keep yourself alive. And nevertheless, yeah, when you are in that state, you could also possibly fall into these automatic behaviors of not wanting to feel, you know. And in some cases, if the intensity of that fear is really, really, really high, it can be even beneficial to first ground yourself, to anchor yourself, especially in the physical body. Like really, touch is so important, and touch with natural materials is important. I have also in the past used cold water on my feet, but also just like I'm going to show you like this, like just touching your ankles, you know, and your feet can also be already very helpful. And there are more practices. So I invite you to go within and to ask yourself, like, what comes up naturally, intuitively, what could support you. And for every person this might be different, and you can also try out different things. You could also call a friend or someone who is also familiar with this inner work, and just have another person be with you on the phone while you express your fear. Yeah, like another possibility is to splash cold water into your face. Yeah. Okay, good luck. You've got this.